Hey Titans, this is Mickett. Just going to do a war summary for Titans versus Happy Inferno, whatever it is. Titans versus Inferno. Pretty good war. We won 196 in a close fought victory. We pulled it out at the end. Just take a look at it a little bit here. Some of the results. Basically, we had great participation. We'll go through that in just a bit. Our new stars per attack weren't the greatest, but theirs weren't either. I normally don't pick on the most heroic attack and most heroic defense, although actually I'm going to highlight them this time because I actually think it picked it pretty well. Basically, our 3 stars carried us in the end, and if you can just take a quick look at just this, at the end here we had some clutch stars that got us over the end, and they weren't able to pull that much off, so it was a good ending there, but a good overall job by everybody. Basically, our top guy didn't perform and he's kind of gone, but we had very good participation across the board. Really liked it. It was very good. Our enemy clan did not have as good participation, but they had pretty good enough to make it close. They had some down lower, but by the time they got later in the war, they weren't able to get many points with those guys anyways because most things were gone. So let's jump right into a few of the attacks I just want to feature for this time. The first one I want to feature is Kankan versus Robosek, or whatever that is. We'll call him Robocop. Anyways, basically, Kankan comes out with his king first, just to kind of shape this a little bit, get rid of some of the buildings. He gets all those corners there with the archers, just to kind of make it a little bit smaller. He's going to come forward with a full dragon attack, or nearly full dragon attack, 9 dragons, level 2. Which I think he's had for a week or so, which is cool. And then he's basically trying to shape it a little bit, and then he's going to bring all these bad boys out here, and they're going to wreak some havoc. Draws those clan castle troops out. He tends to like to do that with his king. Some people choose to do it that way. It kind of sacrifices the king, but it's very effective when you don't want to have to use extra troops. And you can just see, plop down the dragon there basically to try and get rid of a little bit of that. At this point, since he's bringing out all dragons, that remaining one is really a non-issue whatsoever. That Valk is not going to do much. He's going to take out a couple of the remaining archers, but that's pretty much it. Brings in all these guys from the corners. Now the key when you're bringing in, some people bring them from the corner, some bring them on flat side to try and attack at the same time. You can do it really either way. It really depends on your opponent and depends on how you go about using spells. He had a level 4 dragon in his clan castle, which definitely helps here, but he has a couple of low-level ADs, so what you're going to see is he can get away with having 3 rage spells. He doesn't need a heal spell in this case because he's going to be able to overpower those low-level ADs. If he had gone up against 5 or 6 level ADs, it would have been really difficult because they would have taken out 1 or 2 of those dragons before they got to him. But he does a really good job being patient with his spells. The temptation would be to throw down the rage on that top one, but he wisely throws it down on the grouping lower, even though he's going to lose that upper one. One of the keys you want to do is try and make sure that you get the maximum use of your spells. Now, one problem that you have when you're attacking the dragons is sometimes they go chase the king there when you really don't care whatsoever because there's nothing left for him to do anyways. However, in this case, it's really a non-issue. Not much left here. The dragons are going to finish this off, and they are done. Good job. Good attack by Kankan. So the next one I'm going to cover is the best defense or best rebuff. Basically, this is MacBoy being taken on by Morovka or Moroshka, I can't tell. Anyways, he's going to bring out the clan castle troops, draw them out. What he can't tell is whether or not all of MacBoy's clan castle troops are out or not. He's trying to count. He says, well, I've got 4 wizards. Is there a 5th one in there? Or is that an archer? He wants to make sure he's got them all there because he's going to bring in some hogs. So he just throws down the archer on the other side just to get them out from behind that building. Sees they're all there, draws them out to the corner, and he's going to try and attack them all and take them down, which is what he should be doing. Although I probably would have picked a different corner rather than that one because he can't put a semicircle around him, so he has to kind of clump them together, and they take out a lot of his archers. But he gets them in the end here, and he's able to do a pretty good job. However, the thing that he's going to find is that he didn't bring enough hogs, because as he brings 12 hogs in here, you'll see he's really counting on them to get rid of a lot of the defenses here. However, level 1 hogs won't last that long, so he has to use a healing spell. But the healing spell can't heal guys who have been sprung. You'll see that he loses about 2/3 of all his hogs just on spring traps. There they go. So pretty much all gone except for that one hog, and he's still left with the majority of the defenses there. Now he has a pretty good idea of what he wants to try and do. He wants to try and punch through up there. He's going to bring those healers. Probably would have been a better idea to split those healers up, because you put one over them now if you could keep them alive, because he's going to have a problem here in a little bit, though he might have lost them there. But when they split up, then you've got some that are just absolutely uncovered, and they're going to wreak a little havoc, but then they're going to get taken out here as soon as they get engaged by that cannon and the archer. So he really has a long ways to go here, but he has a level 2 Barbarian King. He brings it out there. Not a bad place to put it. You want to treat it as a tank and try and take some of the fire. However, those skeletons are just popping out there and not helping him at all in that aspect. The king moves on, gets on the outside of that. The AD gets close enough, or I should say the healer gets close enough to AD. The AD basically takes out the healer, and then after that it's just academic. Brings in a few more of those wizards. Not a bad place to do it. However, there's really not much he can do at this point in time, because he's just going to get taken down before he can get inside. He's hoping at this point at least to pull off 1 star. You can see that the wizard tower's got a hold of those wizards and is just wreaking havoc on them. And then the big bomb just kind of seals the deal. Maybe he can get that last building. Well, maybe that one? No, he can't pull it off. So he falls short, a 0 star, which is pretty rough, since it was higher up down on MacBoy. So good job by MacBoy. Now if he'd used one of those healing spells, he might be able to keep those guys a little alive longer to get that extra star, but he doesn't. Oh, I wanted to pick this one. A couple people voted for this one. This is Xanadu Bamboo attacking revenging on somebody. This is kind of a clutch one too towards the end, because we were really cutting it close on the stars. We weren't sure what we needed, and this ends up being picking up on somebody who'd already been hit once, but picks up the extra 2 stars. It is a full-on dragon attack, and uses that level 5 Barbarian King just to shape this a little bit, to try and keep those guys in towards the middle. Those are some pretty high-level ADs he's taking on. Uses a rage spell to get him in there, and then he's going to use these healing spells to try and keep him alive as best as he can. Maybe waits a little too long on that one, but still they're going right through the middle, because he's done a good job of shaping these things in such a way that they're really staying within the realm of the heal spell. It has just the one last AD. The AD can power through the heal spell, but not on a full level 3 dragon. The level 3 dragon is going to take it over. At this point, there's a few mines left and so forth, but really making good headway. I believe there was still a minute and a half or so left in this war. You can see it finishes in 30 seconds here, so there's plenty of power, plenty of time left. The level 4 dragon, yet his clan castle is still alive. I'm just going to speed it up a little just to kind of get through this, because you kind of know where this is headed. So anyways, a good revenge attack by Xanadu Bamboo on Kisloyd Labukya, or whatever it is. Anyways, pretty good overall attacks. A lot of other good attacks. Those were just one that I featured for today. Make sure you attack smart. Go Titans.